Okay, good morning. Welcome back, everybody. I am working on a shoe and boot organizer today for the closet. I've got a couple of variations that I was thinking about, but right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build two cubbies, 12 inches deep, 12 inches tall. So I'm going to better organize my closet. It's all about the organization. You hear me say it all the time. Anyway, I'm going to get busy on this. We're going to cut this down, 37 wide, two cubbies of 12, so that's going to be 24 plus the half-inch material, two 12s plus an inch and a half, so 25 and a half inches tall. We're going to jump in this and get this stuff cut down. All right, we're going to cut down a strip 37 inches. Okay, so I'm going to get some sandpaper out and get my sander out. I'm going to go ahead and hit all these real quick, get them sanded down, and then do a mock-up, put them into place to see how they look. Do a quick mock-up here. Okay. That's good and quick. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is the basic gist of really everything here. So I have another clamp I need to get put on here. So these are 4 pairs of my boots in the bottom. This is kind of what I was going for. Wanting to make sure that all 4 pairs of these are the largest and widest that I have. So with these fitting, everything else I have, and it has room for them not to interfere with the others. So push and pull in here, I'm not going to be dragging the others out. It's not that tight. So this is actually working out perfect for me. This is really kind of what I was shooting for and hoping where we would wind up on this. So that's a real good fit and feel. I'm liking it. I'll hold that in later. Anyway, so I'm going to get busy and I'm going to go ahead and attach all of these. We're going to glue and pin nail these into place. I am going to put, so you know, I'm going to have some backer boards along here. I'm going to have all the way across from one end to the other, and they're going to do the top and bottom of the middle shelf, and they're going to come down inside here at the top of each one of these so it doesn't interfere. That is going to help keep those squared and rigid when I get this put together. So plus that'll give this some strength out here. I'm never going to have anything that's that heavy on that. The only other thing that I might do is I'm going to put a thick enough board like this across the back. I may put a smaller, thinner one across the middle if I feel necessary. I don't think I will. I don't think I'm going to have to support, because I may put a cubby over here 16 inches wide. If I do that, 16 inches wide, I'm right here. So this is a 16-inch mark. I'm going to go ahead and just pick that so I have it as a reference in case I decide to use that for a cabinet that goes up on this side. When I go into the closet over here where I'm going to have all of this, I can have 16-inch cubbies all the way up to the curtain rod, or I say the curtain rod, the hanging rod for the pants where they're at now. So anyway, I'm going to get busy and put all this together. This is kind of a mock-up. I wanted to make sure that these were all going to fit like they do. If you decide to do this project, do yourself a favor and always dry fit everything on every project. Not going to get long-winded. Those of you that do know, those of you that haven't will learn. So anyway, I'm going to get busy on this and we'll be right back. All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue this up. I'm going to glue this strip here right across the back side on the outside of the base plate. All right, I've already got my line scribed across here, even with the top of this. I'm going to lay some glue out. And I've got my brad nailer over here. And we're going to get this done. I'm going to go ahead and do this. One more for good measure in the middle here. Nice. This also helps me align these with the back of this. So if you can see that, the back of this panel just lines right up with this lip. I'll just line it up there. I get my glue line down, and I'm good to go. And I am going to go ahead and put just a dab right in here, because I'm going to wind up driving a nail through the back side of that as well. Alright, so wiggle it a little bit, wiggle it on that back plate, get that set. Sweet. That one's nice and good. That back and forth a little bit, wiggle it on that back plate, hold it for just a second. Nice. My fingers are nowhere near the end of it, so we're good there. Always making sure to keeping my fingers away. Alright, might want to dab up a little bit of the glue. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut down a 3/4 inch strip that's going to go across the center right here, all the way from this edge to this outer edge here. It's probably going to be about 2 inches. That's all it really needs to be. That way I have, I don't know, what's the reveal on that? Let's see, what do we got? A 1/2 inch? We got about 3/4 of an inch actually. So 3/4 as 1.5 inches plus a 1/2, that's 2 inches. So if I cut that 2 inches wide, run it down the center, I have the same reveal here, up and down here on both of these. So that actually makes that match. All right. This over here hanging on me. I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of more right here. Just going to pull a couple of measurements here. Yeah, 39 1/8 on both of them, so that's good. Now I'm going to go ahead and put that 3/4 piece on that back side over there. We're going to get that lined up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so I have to mark my center. Come off my center 1/4 of an inch each way for the half. So we're 2 inches. I'm at the 1 inch, 1 inch, and I come off 1/4 and 1/4, and that should be my bottom and top of this board. So got those marks. We're going to do this on the end. Do that on the end. I'm going to put a little glue down this and then up on this just a little bit. So give myself a reference here. If I know that I have 3/4, reveal. Then my glue stops there. My glue stops there. That way I don't get overzealous. Okay. Now, get those rubbed in a little bit. Rubbed in. Okay. Double check myself real quick before I hit it with a nail gun. So that's dead on 3/4, and so should this be. And that's money right there. Check it one more time. I think I moved it. Yep, I did. I widged it. Widged it a little bit. There we go. All right. So I'm going to hit that right here. Now, here's my trick. I want to still make sure before I pin the back up here, I can nail all of this, but I'm not going to nail these until I know it's square. So, okay. Nice. Now, do my old carpenter trick here. Line to line, look at that. That worked out good. Oh. Okay. I think I'm gonna hit one more right here. Okay. Now, going to double check myself real quick. Should be 39 and an eighth. Woo. 39 and an eighth, 39 and an eighth. Look at this. So now I feel good about hitting that there. Stand up, y'all. That shouldn't rack it out of play. Okay. Sweet. Now what happens, and I really need to get you guys around the front because I'm fixing to repeat the same steps on top of here. So I will take these, butt them to here, glue into that here. The only difference is I'm going to take and nail these bottoms here from underneath here. I'm going to toe nail into these. Now my hopes are I don't come out on this side. I don't want to do that. So I'm taking a risk, but I've got a good angle on what I'm wanting to do. So I'm going to do it that way. And go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set these up here and get these marked out real quick. Get them flushed up. Okay. Okay. I am going to have to be careful. I'm going to have to, when I set these up here, hold it for a little bit longer, I feel, and then tack it from under here up front. Have it tacked back here and up here. That way I can make sure that it's square, then go through and tack the rest of that in. So that's my plan anyway. Whether that works in my favor, we'll see. I'll save that for when I get to it. Get my gun over here in my pocket. Boy, I keep wiggling here. I tell you what I want to do. I want to, yeah, because I'm knocking this out of square as I speak right now. I don't. There we go. Oh yeah. Now I can have this one here and this one here. Okay. That should have me square. I'm square. Okay. Good in the front, good in the back. Okay, I think what I'm going to do first is try to get around to this back corner right here. That's what I want to hit first. Just no good place for me to be here. Okay, now here's the trick. Nice. You just have to line that up. And I'm not coming out, oh, it came out right there. That's because I was at too big of an angle. Okay. I can fix that right now. Actually, there we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to get over here and do the same thing with this one, except I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to leave this clamped for right now until that glue sets. Okay, we are all square. All square. Now, get my back plate here. Right. Nice. Only had two that came right inside the wall here. I mean, they're, can't even hardly grab them. But this one I can grab. Pull that straight out. That's a good deal. All right. Okay, I'm going to leave those sit on there. I'm going to get this other top on here, and then we'll get this other across the back of that. Now, I think I want that to be my back. The top. Okay. Let that settle back down in that glue bottle. It's going to be my back side. Okay. Get this one in place. That one. A lot of glue. A lot of glue. Where's my what'd I do with my rag? Here it is. Alright, so now all I got to do is get this one up across the top of here. Okay. And get this and wiggle it into place a little bit. Okay. Now, the only thing I might have to add later on down the road is a brace between here and here to support any heavy weight on this top. But I don't anticipate having to have any heavy weight up on that top, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. I do apologize for the noise of the fans. Unfortunately, I don't have any quieter fans that I can use that will cool the space or do this. So unfortunately right now kind of is what it is. Not my favorite solution, but that is where we are at. So all right, I'm going to wipe this down a little bit. I want to spread this out so I don't have any blotchy staining areas. Keep this all pretty blended as much as possible. Start at my top, come across, get a line down the edges, and then across, and then with the grain. And back across the grain to blend it a little bit, then with the grain. We're gonna let this dry and we'll come back to this in a little bit. Okay, so this is the shoe organizer in the closet. This is going to be in its full function. I probably need to give away a couple of pairs of shoes. All the ones on the bottom I use. Those two I have used in the past. I'm on the point of retiring those. These are my golfing shoes, my dress shoes, banging around the house shoes, whatever. So all those are my work and riding boots. These ones on the far end, the black, they have the reflective material on them for being able to see at night. Other people can see when they shine a light on these, you can see it has a reflective material. Really like those when I'm riding at night. Anyway, this is the shoe rack. Pretty basic, simple. Like I said, if you wanted to put a face on it, I would do probably 3/4 inch thick, no wider than an inch. You don't want to impede yourself too far into grabbing your boots and stuff like that. So this is it. We hope that everybody's enjoyed the video. Everybody's in a good place. If you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, pass on, share it with others, and we hope everybody's having a good one. Be kind to one another, and we'll see you on the next one.